Certainly a church that cares about the gospel message, and the church that has an idea of outreach. This is not a precise, I'm not aware of the precise term of missional, but if someone said, is your church missional? I'd say, sure, my church believes in outreach, my church believes in the gospel message, my church teaches about sin, death and resurrection, Easter Sunday's coming up soon. So.
Missional to me has certainly at least two aspects. One is that you need to be aware of people around you, their needs, whether they are physical or spiritual, emotional, psychiatric. But those needs are really important, and Christ meets everyone at each of their needs. But I have a concern that sometimes when we talk about being missional, we may be moving away from the idea that missional is also the proclamation of Christ as the Savior. If I offer you a cup of cold water, but not in His name, have I cheated you?
Knox reaches out to the young adults here is through small groups, and those can often be Bible studies, or we can get together sometimes and do praise nights together and just sing and worship God together. The evening we'll get together and just have a big meal together and just really enjoy time together. And while we're eating, we just ask questions about God and about faith and about Christianity and just about what our purpose is in the Knox life here, and how we can grow closer to each other in our faith.
I was working with Crash Japan from April to July 2011 as part of the disaster relief efforts. I was part of the emotional care team that went up to Fukushima to meet with the evacuees and do hand massages and just talk with them. And also to support the churches in the disaster area, so that they will be equipped to reach out to the local community, to be the light of that community. And, because there's less than 1% of Christians in Japan, it's becoming a big movement in that area.
At Scott Mission, we sing and we lead the service, and it's really important because we are able to share with others the joy that God has given us. It's also important for people who don't feel that they want to come into a service in a church, that they can come to Scott Mission and have a service. And that's a wonderful way we have of being, of sharing Christ's love.
Christie Gardens is a seniors' home. We enjoy the opportunity of going over every month and sharing a worship service together with various components to encourage the people to walk in their Christian life and to continue to have comfort in their final days. For us, it's a real opportunity to serve people who really are in need.
is a Bible class for people who don't know the Bible. Maybe they have never seen it before, or they want to know more about it. They have a dinner together, they chat. It stresses conversation, and they talk together and learn something about Canadian culture as well. Most of the students nowadays are Chinese. There used to be, there are lots of Koreans come. Maybe it's because we're near Chinatown.
My understanding of being a missional church in Toronto, Toronto is a major destination point for international students, for immigrants, recent immigrants, and for refugees, which makes Toronto very multicultural. How do you do church in a way that really brings along people who might not understand Christianity, might not understand what church is, and to see them actually as not a little minority group over here while you're preaching to the whole, but actually understanding that your audience is fully multicultural.
So this is one of Jesus' parables. Jesus, what's a parable? It's like you can explain.
The sooner that we understand the culture that we come from and recognizing that we have a worldview that's different, then we can actually more easily understand that other people come from a different worldview, have a different understanding of culture, a different understanding of family, and we'll be able to minister to others, but first understanding where we come from first.
What does the gospel of Jesus mean to you?
I have a friendship with God.
Certainly you can't preach the gospel without showing compassion and love in a practical way, and the two have to walk together.
Serve people who really are in need, just as Jesus would have served them.
We all have the responsibility to spread gospel.
Is summed up in saying God is love.
It's finding a crust of bread when you're hungry. And here's the food that I've found. I have found the bread of life. You want some?
Oh, it makes you want to become a better person.
Finished.
Thanks for watching.